Hey, it's Kelly Janae with Ethereal Ecology. It is my last day in Michigan before I go home after a month of working 2 music festivals, setting up VIP tents, which sounds way more glamorous than it actually is because it requires 10 hours a day of driving stakes, putting up giant canvas structures, and trying to coordinate a bunch of daily workers who do not get paid enough for the kind of things that they are doing. But I'm looking forward to going home. I wanted to tell you all about some Groundscores that I found at the first festival we worked, Bonnaroo. And if you're like, what's a Groundscore? In the festival world, a Groundscore is something that you find on the ground. And people drop a lot of things, lose a lot of things at festivals. And pretty much if you find it and it's not a wallet with somebody's ID in it, it's fair game. And people actually go through the festivals afterward and literally loot. They're like pirates, and that's kind of uncool if they're stealing from people. But if there's like a tent left over and the festival's over, that's your tent now. But I am of the opinion that objects that you come across in life are there for you for a reason. And most of the things that we find on the ground at a festival or otherwise, I mean, if you're like me, you're not looking for it. It's like somehow it calls out to you and you look down and you're like, holy crap, there's an object that's really interesting. And, you know, some people find like $400 or like speakers or whatever, like really awesome things. Obviously money's cool, but there are also other valuable things that we can find in life. So I wanted to talk about the Groundscores that I found at Bonnaroo, which is the worst festival ever, and I will be making a video about why I have that opinion. But I was pretty amazed at the things that I found at this festival because they were made just for me, and I think it's pretty miraculous. So the first things that I found, and there's 2 groups, I found one of these all at once and then another one all at once. So there's 4 total. The first 3 things that I found were all strung together, hanging on a fence while I was going to the bathroom in the very decadent porta potties that they had there. And these 3 necklaces were like somewhat broken, but I was able to fix 2 of them and get them to fit me perfectly. And they are beautiful and really interesting. So the first one that I'll show you is this gold necklace. I don't think it's real gold, but perhaps it is, and that is a boat cruising along. It is July 3rd, so everybody's like, yeah, going to the lake, and that's where I am. So this first necklace that I found, at first, I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna put it as close as I can. At first I thought it was like a Mary Magdalene kind of religious artifact, but then I looked closer and it actually appears to be some sort of like alien holding a ball of light, which is like 10 million times cooler considering I'm not a Christian and also I'm super into aliens. So this thing like fits me literally perfectly, and it's super duper de-duper cool. So that's Groundscore number 1. I was pretty stoked about that. Put that on. It's mine. Wahaha. Boom. Okay, the second one that I found that I'll show you is another one of these golden necklaces. And it is a crystal. It's a pendulum crystal. I can use that shit to look at your chakras and stuff. But look at that. And it's got like some cloudiness in it. It's super beautiful, and it is real. I know this because I can feel the energy off of it. It is a real crystal, and I love crystals, and I will talk about crystals in my other videos for sure, because they're super awesome for healing and for having conversations with. And of course, I fixed this one up to fit me perfectly. Mwahahaha. Putting on necklaces is
easy.
The third one I was unable to fix yet, as of yet. I need to get a clasp for it, but this one was super sweet. This is actually a bracelet, and it should fit me perfectly once I fix it, but it has 3 charms on it, and I was just like, whoa, that's got to be significant, because everything's significant. The first charm is this eye with like a nice crystal in the middle of it. It's like perfectly preserved. There's no crystals missing. It's a pretty awesome eye. Second charm is a star with also a bunch of awesome crystals in it. Look at that. Beautiful. And then the third charm on this, which I found to be just incredible, because I love animal energy and I talk about this a lot in other videos, and that is also related to the next ground score, is this snake. And I will just say that snakes are a huge, huge symbol for transformation. I actually have a written article / spoken word thing on my website about snakes. It's called A Slow Transformation. And I'm really going through a huge transformation in my life right now. So that, the eyeball, being able to have vision, the stars, having our connection to the cosmic beings, and then having this very earthy connection, Adam and Eve, like we came from the ground and from the stars. I just thought that was a really beautiful little gift from the universe. And the last ground score I found was just like the most bizarre thing ever. I was walking around by myself, which I found to be probably the most fun thing to do at a festival of 100,000 people or otherwise. This was just so weird to me, because I would never think that I would find this at a festival, but I found an entire bird wing. It is real. It is super real. It's from a bird that I have yet to identify, so if there's an ornithologist watching this video right now and you know what this is, please leave a comment, because I am perplexed. There are about 550 results that come up for a gray birdwing, gray-brown birdwing with white tips on the Feather Atlas. So who knows? I think it might be like a duck, maybe a pigeon. I think it's too big to be a pigeon, too big to be a smaller bird, too small to be a bird of prey. Who knows? But this is incredible. It does have a wire on it, so I'm assuming that it was on somebody's costume. But this is really significant for me because I do a lot of work with animals, and bird energy is especially strong for me as an air sign, and just from the winged ones who have come and visited me over the years. To find this, I mean, I literally was just like, doo-doo-doo, and it was right there, and I was like, did that just happen? And I look over to the people next to me and they're like, what? And so I highly prefer this. Well, I shouldn't say that. I was going to say I highly prefer this to $400 cash. That's not true. Universe, $400 cash would be pretty cool, just saying. But I almost cried when I saw this, because it just really, they say that feathers are like a gift from the angels to you, because birds are those animals that show us that we are connected to the sky, to the wind, to the star beings. They're able to transcend this earthly realm that our feet are planted on. So very special. I'm going to put this on my altar, perhaps use it for medicine purposes, for healing. Yeah, so those are the 3 ground scores I found at Bonnaroo. Definitely worth going to find these beautiful things. I will certainly wear them and utilize them and honor them. And keep an eye out for my ground score video from Electric Forest, another festival that I went to that was actually really awesome, and I'll also make a review for that one. And yeah, hopefully I'll find some more, well, I'll definitely find some more cool things to show you and explain to you why they're significant to me, because like I said, the things that we come across in life, I just really don't believe that there's any coincidences. And the more that you tune in, the more that you find that the things that pop up are there to teach you something. So still unraveling the secrets of these objects, but over time I'm sure they will show me their meaning in my life. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more adventures from Ethereal Ecology. Peace.